Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, Dooger. Oh, my child is in bed. I didn't think that this entire Gravity Falls Remixes playlist was just going to be the theme song over and over and over again, but it turns out that's what I left you with. So, you're welcome. Obviously. Oh, I still have the ad content things up. Let's, well, it's an ad today. This whole thing is an advertisement. Wait, so if we go here, get rid of that. If we go here, get rid of that. If we go here, get rid of that. Bam! I'm leaving it on the pre-show, though, just so that I can fuck that up again. Hi, everybody. Welcome. How are you all? I hope you're doing good. Let's see if we've got any early anythings. I'm going to refresh or like reopen my channel point list because it was bugging out last night. People would say that things had been redeemed and it wouldn't show it at all. So here we go. That's better. Dirio says, what a soothing music. It's all Gravity Falls, the Gravity Falls theme done by lots of lovely people. Sidali says, chat, you're lovely. Don't forget to take water, take your meds, and Americans, remember that it's Mother's Day tomorrow. That is true. That is true. I have 2 Mother's Days to celebrate in the year now. I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she was like, what are you guys doing for Mother's Day over there? And I was like, oh, we already had it. And she goes, oh, right. So weird. Jesse Lawson says, sending love to everyone else who is still stuck in their house alone. It'll work out, guys. I believe in you. I can't imagine what it's like to be literally all by yourself during lockdown. I'm sure that that's super rough. So lots of love, lots of faraway hugs to all of you guys who are dealing with that. It is bizarre to live in a family where there's basically 2 Mother's Days. Yeah. Mother's Day is different all over the world. It's very interesting. But yeah, Mother's Day for America already happened. Mother's Day Mother's Day for England already happened. Mother's Day for America is tomorrow. So, yeah. I'm living alone, but I'm introverted, so it's great. Yeah, I think overall I would probably like it. It would be better than being stuck with people, right, that you don't want to be stuck with, which I'm sure is another situation many of you are in. But yeah, overall, it's rough, isn't it? It's rough no matter what. I can sit here and be like, oh, all of you guys without kids, you don't even know. I'm stuck with a fucking toddler, right? Like, everybody's got something that will make lockdown specifically rough for them. We're all in it together. We're all trying to do the same thing, right? We're all trying to kill this shit. So, power to ya. Whatever's rough about it. Big hugs. And hopefully this will be a blip in our lives. Vastosa says, hi there, my surgery's been delayed, but still staying positive, and I hope everyone stays positive too. I hope that all works out for you. My dad has a bunch of tooth work that really needs to get done, and so they're like desperately trying to figure out what to do about that because a lot of dentists aren't operating right now. You're all doing great, sweeties. Nasilla says. That's cute. Oh, goodness. I mean, Emma, like, if you go with the, oh, Ishafi, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, guys. Any of you who came over on that raid. We're just starting. We're just chitty chatting. What was I gonna say? Oh, I mean, if you go by the definitions of introvert and extrovert as somebody who gains energy from being with people versus somebody who gains energy from being alone, I think, because I'm definitely the sort of person, like, I need plenty of alone time, but I do really love people. I love getting to see people. I love getting to get out of the house, but when I feel like I'm recharging is when I'm alone, right? I don't think you're gonna lose your introvert card if you're like, I miss people. Like, I don't want to be alone anymore. Like, this sucks. I'm overcharged. Yeah, right. We're full batteries with nothing to do with it. Energy vampires. Yeah, we have lots of family members that have different like hospital things that they need to get done, or like specialists that they're supposed to be seeing and things like that, and it's rough. Fortunately, some of that stuff you can do like over the phone or over video chat, but obviously a surgery you cannot. So I deleted my Facebook account yesterday. You know, I've daydreamed about that. I don't think that I will, just because here's what I have thought of, is just deleting everything that's on it. But then, like, what's the fucking point, right? It's not like I've done anything with it in years and years. I go on there to see what members of my family that I don't get to consistently talk to are up to. So it's just an easy way to do that, isn't it? I found out that, like, a bunch of my old friends from college have been having, like, weekly Zoom convos, and one of my really good friends had their baby, and the only place that he posted that he had the baby was on Facebook. So stuff like that. It's nice to be able to hop on there, like, once a week and be like, oh, Gav had his baby. That's sweet. And then move on, you know? I just never look at it. I didn't look at it for a long time, and then I started getting really homesick. Sorry. I started getting really homesick after I had been in LA for a while. And it was nice to be able to go on there and be like, oh, this person's doing this, this person's doing this. You know, oh, it's good to see my sister's doing well, blah, blah, blah. Which, of course, now, since having Clark, I've gotten a lot better about I just text my siblings now, or like message them, or like set up a video call or whatever, instead of, you know, creeping on their Facebook. But sometimes when you just haven't talked in a while, it's easier. It feels easier to just check in on them socially, like on social media, and be like, yeah, they're all right. I don't necessarily want to talk to them right now, but they're doing good. My close family use WhatsApp. I was pressured to join. WhatsApp is nice, though, because it's all Wi-Fi based. So I got a bunch of people in America to download WhatsApp so that I could talk to them, because I don't have any mobile data here. So I was like, hey, anybody who wants to be able to text this guy, well, you can message me on Discord, or hit me up on WhatsApp. That's the myth of social media, though, is that their lives look well and good. Yeah. Here's the other thing, though, is that my mom is like the hub. My mom is the hub world of the universe that is our family. So if something like bad was going on, I would know. It's just that now I find out that information directly from my sister or directly from my brother, instead of finding out from my mom, you know? WhatsApp is not used in the US, no. It's not a common thing at all. People get WhatsApp when they go overseas. Because they're like, oh man, I need a way to talk to people while I don't have mobile data. So WhatsApp, like my family, a lot of my family members got WhatsApp literally just because they came here for the wedding. And fortunately, you know, like my mom and dad kept it, so they didn't have to re-download or re-figure out how to use it or anything like that. Once I moved, they just started using it again. What's used in the US? Just the normal, whatever the built-in text messenger is. WhatsApp could be so much more convenient. More convenient than an app that's already on the phone when you buy it. But yeah, so WhatsApp, very common here. Not common at all in America. Oh my God, did she go right to sleep? Holy shit. Guys, it's taken Clark 4 nap times to just nap on her own at nap time. I'm so proud of her. Here, wait, let me back up. So, I think it was on Tuesday of this week. I went to put Clark to bed and realized there wasn't a pacifier in the room. And I said to myself, okay, well, I just won't mention it. We'll just see when she asks for it, right? I assumed that at the point that I would be leaving the room, she'd go, "Mommy, Bibbit," because that's happened before. So I was like, I'll just wait until she's already in bed and snuggled up, and that way I can be like, "Oh, I'll just grab it really quick, honey," and then bring it back, and it's not like a big thing. So we got in bed, she got all snuggled up, we read our book, we did our song, and she goes, "Night-night, Mommy, love you." And I was like, okay. Night-night. And just left. And I went to Sam and I was like, "Sam, she didn't ask for the bibbit." She calls them bibbits. She didn't ask for the bibbit. And Sam was like, "She will." Because sometimes when she wakes up in the middle of the night and she doesn't know where the pacifier is, she starts looking for it. And if she can't find it, she'll be like, "Mommy, Daddy," right? So he was like, she'll wake up at some point and she'll ask for it. She woke up. It was during Super Cousin time, so y'all were with me. She woke up, twice? And was just like, like general, like, I'm uncomfortable and I'm not sure why. But then just went back to sleep. I said, okay. Okay. Next day, nap, did not nap. Was up the entire time, could not settle down, was reading books and doing all kinds of shit. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of to be expected. But didn't ask for a bibbit. So she was ratty by the end of the day, but went to bed, slept through the night, no problems. Second nap time since then. Did not sleep at all. Third nap time since then. So yeah, so this was Wednesday day, didn't nap. Thursday day, didn't nap. Friday, which is yesterday. Friday, nap time. It took her like an hour to settle down, but she eventually fell asleep. We were like, okay. She did fall asleep on her own for a nap. And then today, literally, I just pieced out and she was like, right? Like, she's asleep. Great. Amazing. I'm so proud. My mom had to bribe me to hand over the last pacifier. Oh, Leo Danica says, the whole lockdown situation brought my mom's side of the family to Discord. We have a server where we share pictures and messages. It's actually made us all talk a lot more. It's not even restricted to her siblings and their parents, everyone, even my great-grandfather. It's brought in relatives who live outside of Denmark who have been really happy being able to talk with the rest of the family. That's so sweet. That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's amazing. How many naps is Clark supposed to have? Oh, just one. Just one. She has one in the middle of the day. So she wakes up like around 7:38. And then she's up until 1 when I start my stream. She's up until 1. So this is why sometimes I'm late for stream. It's because like maybe we were having trouble like getting a wiggle on to get into bed. And then she sleeps 2 hours ish. If she's still asleep at 3:30, we get her up. But normally by 3:30 ish, she wakes up, and then she's awake until 7:30. So yeah, it's a midday nap. When do you start shortening nap time? So for us, we started off, she had 2 naps. I'm trying to remember at what age she was doing 2 naps. I don't remember. All of it, the whole like sleeping process becomes a blur after a while, but basically if they are having a lot of trouble sleeping and you're like, I don't understand, I'm getting them up at the right time, I'm putting them down at the right time, like we're being active, I don't know why they're having trouble. It's probably because they need to either shorten a nap or drop a nap. So that's the way that we've always operated, is if we have like a full week where it's really rough going to get them to sleep, then yeah. Getting a bunch of Valentines. Hold on. The Marco Bear says, shout out to my beautiful wife and 3-month-old baby. 3-week-old baby. Oh my God. 3-week-old? Oof. It's Mother's Day tomorrow, so she gets to chill. Keep up the great work, hun. Aw. Happy Mother's Day, Marco Bear's wife. And congrats on your baby. Oculus says, hi, chat. What new hobbies or old one that you haven't checked out in a while have you picked up? I've started to learn how to sew again. I made a cute cat mask for work, and I want to learn sign language. I started sewing again as well. I tried to forage dandelions, and they all got destroyed by the rain. Because everything that I read, that where you wanted, if I wanted to like use the dandelions to make something, right? It was like, make sure that you just dry them out for a day. It was a beautiful sunny day. I was like, great, leave them outside, let them dry. Nah. Been gardening again. I found a can of old paint in the garage, and I'm really tempted to bring that into the house and like do something weird with it. I don't know, we'll see. Zero Zapper says, I finally got up to seek help for my mental and other problems. This community has always felt amazing for support, and I wanted to say that you're all amazing, lovely people. Oh, congrats, Zero Zapper. I'm very happy for you. And Catty Cake says, I first started watching on YouTube years and years ago. I started with Dandelion and Undertale, I believe, and devoured all of your content. Thank you. I didn't follow you on Twitch at first. I missed a couple of years. But a few months ago, I realized the VODs were posted to YouTube. I got back into Saturday Morning Dooger and the games, and I decided I wanted to try catching the streams live. Now, here I am. You're such a huge inspiration to me, and I'm so glad to be here. Doogs and chat, y'all are fabulous. Oh, Catty Cake, thank you. That's so sweet. That's awesome. That started off on YouTube and wound up over here. I'm glad that you enjoy the streams. I know some people that watched me on YouTube for a long time. They're not really stream people. They don't enjoy Twitch as much, which I totally get. So I'm glad that you enjoyed the streams as well. Oh. Follow-up. Leo Danica follow-up says, my mom asked if anyone on the server had pictures of my parents' wedding or my baptism, since all of hers were destroyed in a flood of our basement. In comes her cousin Peter, who said, oh yeah, I have the negatives. Give me a couple of days. Day before yesterday, my mom called me full on crying. He sent her 300 plus pictures. He scanned the film with a negative scanner. Discord doing the Lord's work. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. My dad had a bunch of old music of his, like masters of his old music that got destroyed. And he's said before, like, he knows somebody out there has them. like has duplicates of it, but he just doesn't know where to look. Makes me want to like try and find it. What? I was playing with scissors when I was a kid. I accidentally cut my pacifier. I was so scared of getting in trouble that I threw it away and pretended I didn't want them anymore. Oh, I'm glad that you didn't hurt yourself. Goodness gracious. Like little blessings, I guess. My dad had a gallery of paintings stolen. God, stuff like that. Stolen. That's like more fascinating to me though. Like those paintings are still out there somewhere, you know? I went on a deep dive yesterday of I was on the Overtone website and I was on the Arctic Fox website. Those are both like hair color companies. Overtone has this color that's called like pastel orange, and I was like, fuck, that color is cool. I like it. But it is like sold out, sold out. All of their colors on Overtone are pretty much sold out except the really dark ones, but it's summer, so I don't think a lot of people are wanting like super dark hair. Not obviously some people do, but Overtone is garbage, trust me. Great. I'll never look at them again. But yeah, Arctic Fox also has a couple of like really cool colors. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted because I haven't done anything with my hair in a while. And I don't know how long it's going to be before I can do anything with this. But part of me really likes it. I don't know. It's hard. You should try Manic Panic. Oh, believe me, I've used so many Manic Panic colors. I have used Manic Panic to death, but I've never used Arctic Fox, and I know a lot of people really like it. Overtone is like a color depositing conditioner. So they don't call themselves a dye. They're a conditioner that you put in your hair that deposits color. I don't know what the difference is, but Manic Panic is what I'm using for my green. Yeah, are you using the like there's a color called Enchanted Forest? Is that what you're using? Enchanted Forest was the one that I always thought was really pretty.
Welcome, you fine cat.
The when my hair was teal
babe.
a long time ago, it was Green Envy is the one I'm using. Ah, so cool. Ah, it's so cool, man. Dang it. I keep looking at the greens and being like, I have so many friends with green hair now. I feel like I can't do green. You're all rocking it. Every single one of my friends that's been like, I want green hair now. It looks incredible. Right? So good. Go full goth. Does that mean make my hair black? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Now I'm imagining Krendor with green hair. Krendor with green hair. That would be interesting. I'm blonde. I had my hair black once. It was a mistake. I did a thing with my hair in college where all of this was brown and I had a huge chunk in the front that was black. It was a look. It was a look. It wasn't a good look. Had a friend that shaved the back of her head and then dyed it rainbow. Wait, like shaved it so that it was pretty short and then did like strips of color along the shaved bit. Random decided to give himself a mohawk. Hell yes, Random. I love that. Sam at one point during this quarantine was like, what if I shaved my head? So, you know, he spent so much time growing his hair out and was like, what if? But what if? It's getting to everyone. It is. It is. I'll wind up cutting my hair at some point. 100%. For those of you who were asking yesterday, so we did a sponsored stream last night. I got the days confused. I had said that the sponsored stream was going to be tonight, but it was actually last night. So any of you guys who missed that game is actually awesome. Not only that, so the game is called Signs of the Sojourner, and it's a non-combat deck builder. So it's a deck builder where you are the cards represent the way you communicate. So you start off as like a good mix of empathetic and logical. And the more people that you talk to, you can become more kind of like creative, and you can become very direct and things like that. But you can only have a set number of cards. So every interaction you have to take a card from the person you just talked to. So every person like influences the way that you communicate with people. It was awesome. The level of depth in that game actually took, I think, all of us off guard a little bit. We were like really excited while we were playing it. Like, wait a minute, does that mean, wait, so if I start doing this, then it was really, really cool. Super interesting. Not only that, any of you who were watching last night, so I was talking to Octo this morning, and he goes, oh man, yeah, like when during the second caravan trip, when I met this guy, I realized that I wanted to start taking like these kinds of cards. And I said, oh, that's so crazy, I didn't meet that guy. And he was he was definitely talking about places that we went to, but we just never met the same people that he did. And I was like, wait. So not only can we miss out on stuff because we can't communicate well with the people that we're trying to talk to, but there are also potentially totally different people we could meet in these towns. And he was like, what the hell? You didn't meet those people? How did you not meet those people? It was crazy. It's super cool. So that game comes out on the 14th. I was sponsored to play it. FYI. I was paid, but we did legitimately really, really enjoy it. So if you want to see what that game is about, it's a VOD from last night. And I don't remember why I brought that up. So that's that. Oh no, I learned one of Seishomaru's daughters is named Setsuna. I'm not going to be able to watch the new Inuyasha without thinking of that goof. Yeah, new Inuyasha, huh? New Inuyasha on the horizon. I didn't like regular Inuyasha, so I probably won't watch it, but... Yeah. It's about all their kids, apparently. Do you still talk to Jesse? Jesse Cox? Yeah, like every day. Yeah, like every day. Someone put the crane fly clip in chat. Doe. Yes, it's Boruto. It's Boruto by Inuyasha. Look, I got really freaked out by a bug yesterday. It turned into a whole thing. It turned out that it wasn't just one bug. I had left the window open while I was streaming, and crane flies keep getting into my room. And I was like, oh my god. And then a bug that was not a crane fly landed on my arm, and I could feel it, and I looked down, and I was like, ah! And jumped up and ran over to the other side of the room. And then when I looked at the ground, I realized there were bugs like all over the ground. And I was losing it. Like, no! So, yeah, that was that. Yeah, she's asleep. I'm so proud, Clarky. Look at you. Oh, what a big girl. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that's so odd that bug screens are not a thing here. Are there just like only rare times of year that bugs are constantly trying to fly into your house? Because I swear every house in the states that I lived in had mesh on the windows. Yeah, like screen windows. We just keep the windows closed. But it's fucking hot and there's no AC. Don't lie to me. The UK is never hot. Yeah, you're right. I'm making this up. You're right. My daughter's definitely not in a room that's currently 83 degrees. That's not a thing. Fahrenheit, of course. If it was 83 degrees Celsius, we would be dead. Anywho. I'm excited. We're doing pub quiz tonight. Family pub quiz tonight. Very jazzed. That's what it was. That's what I was gonna say. For anybody who was asking about it, the social distance picnic was lovely. All of us sat very far away from each other, and how you guys been? Yeah, we've been doing good. It was very cute. Clark found a beetle and became obsessed, and got really upset because she couldn't find the beetle anymore. So, I guess beetles are a thing now. Yeah, yesterday was VE Day, so Victory in Europe Day. It's like a celebration for the end of World War II, basically. And we had a letter put through our letterbox from our neighbors that live quite a ways behind us. And they were like, hey, a bunch of us are gonna, like, in the village area, are gonna be out on our front lawns, like, having a picnic. And, just waving to each other. If you want to do it, we would love to see you guys, because, we never got a chance to really talk or, like, meet each other. And so we were like, cool, that sounds nice. So I feel that beetles are cool as heck. Yeah, it was apparently a red beetle, and she was very excited, and she chased it into the bushes, and then came to me and took my hand and tried to take me to see the beetle, but the beetle was gone, and it was a big old thing. It was such a big old thing that the two neighbors that were within earshot where they were sitting were like, still looking for that beetle, huh? We're like, yep, she really liked it, I guess. Also, speaking of Clark, look, everything's just rolling into things that feel like they're not connected, but mentally for me they are connected. Shout out to Lil Sia, who got $65,000 for St. Jude yesterday, doing a speed run of Just Dance 2020. Absolutely crushed it. We were all watching her like, oh my god. She's just a machine. She was awesome. So I was, you can speed run it. So the way that she does it is she does all of the songs back to back. In between, she like takes a breather, drinks some water, and like, you know, it makes sure that she's okay. But oof, by the end, one of the last songs in the line was one where she had to like do a bunch of crazy kicks and shit. And I was like, you could tell she was like dying. She's like, is this over yet? She did amazing. I don't know if you can watch the VOD for that. I assume you can, but yeah, she did so well. The goal was 60,000. They hit it on like the very last song, and by the time the stream was over, it was over 65,000, I think. So amazing. Yeah, and I was talking to Sam, and I was like, every time I watch her play, I want to buy Just Dance, and I don't do it. And Sam was like, oh my god, but Clark would love to play Just Dance. Like, she would love a reason to like get up and dance around with you and have pretty colors on the screen and stuff. And I was like, fuck, you're right. I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm buying it. So I messaged Sia and I was like, hey, just FYI, we were watching you. You did amazing. Congratulations. I hope you get to rest. Also, bought Just Dance today so that Clark and I can play it together. So she was like, oh my god, if you have any questions, let me know. Super cute. Yeah, that was the other thing, was when I was looking at it, it was like, it was talking about how it has lots of songs that are like specifically for kid dances, which I thought was super cute. So yeah, so I'm excited. What system did you buy it for? Well, we have PS4s, so I got it for PS4. We still have the PSVR without the camera, and we need the camera to make PSVR work. So I was like, this is all working out. I'll buy Just Dance for the PS4 along with the camera, and that way I can finally also do Tetris in VR, like I dream of. Yeah, I'm very excited. If we decided to buy this house, we'd probably just knock all of this shit out, and that way I could do VR streams and not feel like I'm going to bump into shit. Not that there isn't, like, tons of room. This is probably fine. I would be nervous trying to dance in here, though. What about Minesweeper in VR? Is that a thing? Yes, it's built in. Our rooms are what's called Jack and Jill's, so they are mirror images of each other. So both Sam and I are in rooms with these big, like, built-ins, because these were intended to be, like, rooms for, like, separate rooms for teenagers. But those desks are extremely claustrophobic. So when we first moved here, set up the desk here, and it was like the monitor felt like it was right here, and Sam's knees bumped up against the wall. Like, that's how, you can't really tell, but that's how, like, shallow it is. So we got different desks. What's with the small door? That's where we keep the ghosts. They like it there. There's a mattress and everything. Like a wood door would stop ghosts. You don't know. I sprinkled sand. You don't know. Stop calling Benji the ghost. That's where Benji lives. No, my room is the only room with a ghost room. Sam's room does not have a ghost room. I'm willing to take on this job. No, sand. I put sand there. No, it's not salt. You guys need to stop watching Supernatural. It's not salt. You put sand there. Why? Because the second they touch the sand, they're zoomed to a place where there's sand. So they don't even bother touching it. What does salt do? Salt enhances flavors. Salt makes ghosts stronger. You put sand there. The second they touch the sand, they're like, "Oh man, I miss the beach. Fuck!" And then they're at the beach. Listen to me. Listen to me. My mom made a devil deal to keep us all young. I know shit. Should be writing the next Supernatural. I think Supernatural has lived long enough. Let it die. That's what a ghost would say? Oh my god, I'm the ghost? What if on those days when I'm streaming and everybody's like, she's way more aggro than usual, it's just because there's a ghost nearby and it's just like licking my face just a little bit? Also, we did an extra stream, not yesterday, but the day before, right? Thursday night, didn't we do an extra stream? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So Thursday night, we did another demo day stream. So if you missed that, we did 3 different prologues technically. They're all demos, but they're all listed as prologues. So it was prologue day. Zoria, Age of Shattering, Black Book, and Dreamscaper. They were all totally different types of games. Dreamscaper and Black Book I'm really, really excited to play in the future. But yeah, if you want to see those, we finally got around to doing another like demo stream. So what's the shirt you're wearing? Oh, it's from my husband's store. It's his, like, her name's Red, right? It's I swear I'm married to him. It's my husband's like avatar character for his stream. Yeah, anybody who's using those cute emotes of the redhead with red eyes, those are Sam's emotes as well. It is. Nips designed this shirt, yeah. I never understood the lore behind red. Buckle up. So, back in the day, a bunch of lovely lads all got really into a VR game that will not be named. In this VR game, all of them had avatars of cute anime girls. They were playing it so often that they started to commission people to design their anime girl avatars for them, to like, instead of just like using whatever was available, they were like actually coming up with characters to play as inside of this game. If any of you follow Whoops' character was his original VR redacted character. Red is Sam's original VR redacted character. So both of those, I don't know if anybody else's like really took on a life of their own in the same way, but both of those characters wound up like basically becoming the mascots of their streams. So yeah. Why is it redacted? Because it's cursed. Because it's a cursed ass game and I already have ghosts in a closet. What's the little door? It's where the ghosts are. Keep up, guys. sentence makes me think you're not actually confident in the sand. Look, I just go by knowledge. I haven't had to deal with ghosts that many times. Where is the dab? It looks like we're 9 dabs away from a dab. Make sure before you pay for dabs that you read the description, guys. Who reads? Nobody, I guess. Nobody reads. Nobody reads anything. Never, ever. Unchained Passion, Firefly, and Jacka would like us all to hydrate. 3 sippy whippies for y'all. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Jacka, Firefly, and Unchained Passion, for keeping us hydrated and healthy. And here we are. The dabs are gone. And thus begins. 4. CK Tofu, Resting Stitch Face, Ectrix, Erwinga, Emotional Kazoo, Cordry, Weirwood, Michael L8, Theo Einer, Mogolodon, Decepticon Skywarp, Bearlord, Muzz666, Mordrak666. Are you guys related? Ugga Ghost, Asher Lee, The Purple King, Mickey Draws, Urzigo, Onocat, Melancholy, and Dark Beaster. There's no music playing right now, so I'm going to have to make up my own. You ready? For the ultimate dab? It's a ghost dab. Woo! 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 There. You're right, the sand didn't work. The ghost got to me. A little cringe. I don't know what you mean. How did that not make me cooler? There it is. What's going on? When 20 people redeem a dab in my chat, I do the ultimate dab. Normally it's just a bunch of normal ass dabs. We were talking about ghosts. I tried to do a bit and it was cringe, so here we are. Thanks, guys. What's up with the notch in your eyebrow? Someone asked. I naturally have a part in my eyebrow and I just made it bigger. It's not an interesting story. It was amazing. People just don't appreciate art. It's how ghosts do their eyebrows. I wish. A subtle cow says, damn, that made my day. Wonderful. And some silent irony redeemed the cheers when we didn't do it. Irony, I'm very sorry that it took me this long. I'm now out of breath from doing all of those dabs, so it's the perfect time. You know, we're all chill. We're all hanging. There's 1,800 people in here who just watched me do ghost dabs and didn't leave. So, like, I'm on cloud 9, honestly. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that your weekend is going well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope that you're happy. If things aren't really looking your way, if you're having kind of a down day, our community is lovely. And I hope that as a group, as a whole, we can lift your mood or give you a bright spot of the day. Grab your drink. Grab your water if you just dabbed a bunch. 3, 2, 1, double cheers. Anime was a mistake. That wasn't me trying to like... We do need a ghost emote. Do you know why? Because I accidentally leave my stream on all the fucking time. And then, and then a bunch of people come in here and are like, ooh, a ghost stream, huh? Lysara says, you're all lovely. Thank you. I was holding something in both hands. You and I, we connected just then. I regret that. Fuck, I regret doing that. I'm so sweaty now. See, this is what I'm talking about. I had to see you do it. It's just sweaty, that's all. Years of dancing. You know, that's fair. Although, I was always sweaty and red-faced even when I was dancing every day for years and years of my life, so... I was the person on the dance team where we would do the routine once and everybody would be like, oh my god, are you okay? Because my face was literally fire engine red. I'd be like, yep, I'm fine. It's just genetics. Trahiga says, for my sweet kittens, ebb and flow. Oh, cute. Anyway, sorry. For my sweet kittens, ebb and flow, who have their first birthday tomorrow and level up to full cats. Oh, happy birthday, ebb and flow. The sweat can cool me down. Yeah. Oh, poor baby. Warm girl. What the fuck? Is that the cutoff from kitten to cat? I remember having a 5-year-old kitten. I still consider Watson to be a kitten, but I think that's because she's still like the way more energetic one and she's so tiny compared to Sherlock. I just look at her and I'm like, oh, sweet little kitten, even though she's not anymore. My brother is a heavy sweater. We went to Florida for vacation one year. Just standing outside made it look like he took a shower. When we did our Europe trip when I was 19, my shoulders kept getting like burnt over and over again because we were backpacking, right? And I would put stuff on, but like I wasn't reapplying often enough. And so my shoulders specifically just kept getting burnt over and over and over again. It's like the tannest I've ever been in my life. Looking at myself in those pictures, I'm like, but not that I hate myself tan. It just doesn't look like me. But my shoulders were just like red, blistered awfulness. This is the worst. So most of the pictures, I'm just like sweaty. And my hair was like bright blonde, sweaty with bright blonde hair. My shoulders all fucked up, just like, it's awesome to be here in the Czech Republic. I love it. Prague is lovely. Everyone should go. People will be out trying to tan. Dude, Sam's mom is a straight up like lizard. She just wants to be in the sun all the time. And we were talking with our neighbors yesterday. One of them was like, "You're from LA, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh man, so is the weather normally kind of like this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I moved to get away from it. And they thought that was so funny. They were like, "Wait, you want it to be rainy?" It's like, yeah, absolutely. I would love it if it rained right now. The famous Europe trip with no recollection of how you got to Ireland. Yeah, that one. Look, we went to a lot of countries on that trip. And it was over 10 years ago. Nope, I don't remember how we got from one country to another specifically. I remember going into Italy that we took a train. I remember that because we missed our stop and one of the people in our group was hyperventilating, like had an actual panic attack about it. And my brother and I were like, it'll be fine. I mean, we'll just get off at the next stop and we'll figure it out. No, that was not an okay answer. I did call my mother-in-law a lizard, but to be fair, she calls herself a lizard. Lizards like to sunbathe. Yeah, I thought Ireland was connected to the rest of the United Kingdom. I didn't know it was separate. You can make fun of me for that, but you'll be late. People have been making fun of me for it for over a week now, so. I called my grandma lizard lips when I was 4 and I'm 35 now. It still gets brought up at every family gathering. Lizard lips, that's so hyper specific. Somebody was like, oh yeah, the other one that shares the same tune with the ABC song and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is Baa Baa Black Sheep. But Baa Baa Black Sheep has its own like separate bridge in it. So I refuse to accept that one. They're not they have the same beginning, but they're not the same song. Can you name the kingdoms in the United Kingdom? No. I don't even know what counts as a kingdom. I barely know what counts as anything in this country. Shout out to the things we did as kids that our families will never ever let us live down. We suffer together, y'all. I'm trying to think if there's anything that gets brought up of me. Not that I can think of. I'm the youngest, and my parents really like telling everybody what an incredible, perfect baby I was. And you can just tell. You can look. Like, if my brother and sister are in the room, if you look at them, you just see them both go. So, it's almost the opposite for me, or the second my parents are like, you're just such a great baby. You just never complained. You were so easy to deal with. Just so, what a sweet disposition. And my brother and sister are like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I was probably a piece of shit and they're misremembering. I ate pennies while my sister was in the room, and my dad made her sift through all of my poop. That's one that gets brought up a lot from my sister. My sister will be, sometimes I'll do things and my sister will be like, look, not only am I older than you, but I also sifted through your poop for pennies. So we are not on the same page here. Because she was supposed to be watching me. She was supposed to be watching me, and my parents came in, and I was like, ow. And they were like, what the fuck? So there you go. How old was she? She's 17 years older than me. And I was a baby, so 17 or 18. Just chilling in the room while I was eating pennies. So yeah, it was a punishment to have to like see whether or not there were pennies in my poop to see whether or not I needed to go to the hospital. And my sister will always bring it up. I'm 17 years older than my sister too. Yeah. My brother's 11 years older. My sister's 17 years older. My nephew and I are the same age. It's fun. It's a fun little family dynamic. She's about 40. She's about 50. Right? I'm in my 30s. Yeah, everybody in the family calls Matt as my nephew. Everybody calls us cousins. Because it just doesn't register. No matter who they are in the family, it doesn't register that I'm his aunt. Was it hard to relate with your siblings? I was obsessed with them. I wanted to be around them all the time. But like my brother, at the time that I really wanted to hang out with my brother, he was in high school and like trying to date people and be cool and do music and, you know, all of that. And I was like, play Mario with me, jump on the trampoline with me, hang out with me. And to his credit, he did hang out with me a decent amount. I would say that we were friends, but like I got upset if he wanted to do normal like teenager things, right? Like who could possibly be cooler than me? Your 5-year-old sister. Yeah. And then he went to college and I didn't see him very much for a while. My sister moved out because she was pregnant with my nephew. My sister moved out pretty soon after I was born. I was only like a year or something. And so yeah, I got to see my sister occasionally. I saw my brother very frequently until he moved out for college. So I was mostly an only child, to be honest, in the middle of the woods. We lived on a farm in the woods, so I had no neighbors. I couldn't play with other kids after school. So I got very used to being on my own. So, yeah. So I had like so many imaginary friends and I hung out in the woods all the time. I had like 3 different little trails that I made for myself that went to really weird shit that I found out there. I found like a wire fence. I went deep enough in the woods that I found a wire fence and my dad was like, "Oh yeah, that's probably the property line between us and the neighbors. So like don't go over there." And of course I did anyway. But it turned out that after you got a little bit beyond the fence, there was just a huge river. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to cross that because I'll die. So, tell us a story about the woods. Do you want a freaky story or do you want just a normal story? Freaky story. When my family first moved to this house, it was one room that was connected to like a bathroom, and that was basically it. And over time my dad built the rest of the house onto it. So it started off as basically like a shack. And my brother and my sister were like, we're going to go explore in the woods. They went out there, and my dad was calling for them to come and eat dinner. And my brother was running back and fell in the woods. And when he got back up, there was blood all over his arm. And they realized that there was just a machete just laying in the woods outside. So they had just moved there, but they had to get in the car and run him to the nearest hospital. And they lived in the middle of nowhere, like absolute nowhere. So my brother has a huge scar all the way down his arm from when he fell in the woods. So I heard that story as like a cautionary tale growing up over and over and over again, because I wasn't born yet. They were like, remember, you never know what's out there in the woods. And so when I started exploring in the woods, I was very careful, but I went in there and I found like a weird abandoned shack with like a bunch of tools and things laying around. So after talking with my dad, we were like, oh, it's probably where the machete came from, right? It was probably one of those like abandoned tools that were out there. But there was a shack out there that was so creepy, like just like a super creepy shack that had just like fallen apart back there. To this day, no idea why it was there. There was not a clearing. There was not a road going to it. Nothing. No idea why it was there, but I went there over and over and over again because it became like a what am I thinking of? Not point of interest. That's not what I'm thinking of. But like while I was walking around back there, I knew how to get home if I found the shack. A landmark. Yeah. But yeah, so it was just weird, wasn't it? Like it's weird not only for there to be a shack back there, but for there to be no natural way to get to it. So that's why we were like, it's Murder Shack. Like, they didn't want people to know how to get there. This isn't like an overgrown situation. These are hundreds of year old trees surrounding this thing. Like it's I don't think the natural way to get there was just overgrown. I think that there never was a natural way to get there. The non-freaky story I was going to tell you is there was a tree that I found back there that was just, you know, like in like an animated movie, there will be a scene in the woods where there's a beautiful clearing with a really like old tree with the sun coming in and it's just beautiful. There was a tree that I found that was like that. And so I went there all the time as well. But because it was also very easy to climb. It had like lots of cool knots and things on it, so I could climb up really high and I could actually see our driveway was like a little over half a mile long and it went down a hill. So like when it would flood, we were up on a hill fortunately, but like if the water around us flooded, then we just couldn't get out. But I could climb up there and I could see down the hill, which was really cool. So I always felt like a scout. But 1 year in the summer, I went to like play at this tree. A fucking beehive was inside of one of the knots of the tree. I was so mad. It's like, no, this is my special light bursting through the leaves spot. Like, what the fuck? So bees also are a consistent part of my life, I guess. Did you fuck up the bees? No. Save the bees, chat.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking
Jesse
burrito
Lawson.
babe.
Oh, converted from Prime to a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Aw, appreciate that. Right? Yeah. I was like, surely there are plenty of other places that you could have. It also took me way too long. I had lived in the woods for way too long to have not realized that bees could be in the ground. Took me way too long to realize bees could be in the ground. So I had 2 different run-ins with, like, ground bees. Not awesome. One of them was not my fault. Earth elemental bees. Would you recommend living in the woods or a rural area? I loved it. Bees can be in the ground? They can. They can be in the ground. Yeah. It's very... I mean, you'll hear the buzzing. There will be bees all over the ground. It's really obvious unless you're in the woods and it's dark and it's shaded by trees and etc., etc. And sometimes you wind up being like, why do I hear buzzing? I loved growing up in a rural area. I think that I've gotten very used to the conveniences of being in a city. And so moving somewhere that is more rural again, not as rural as when I grew up, obviously, since we have neighbors that are close enough that we can be like, hey! But it is nice to move out of a city. But I am realizing, like, oh man, I've gotten very used to the conveniences of a city. Like, where we lived while I grew up, it was a decent drive to get into town. You know, the nearest, like, place with a cinema or anything like that was really far away. So, yeah, but being, like, surrounded by nature, and our farm went through many iterations. We were more of a ranch at one point. We had tons of horses, and we had sheep and all kinds of stuff, and my dad got really sick, and both of my siblings had already moved out, so we transitioned into more of a farm, and we did oats, and we did grass hay, and we continue to do grass hay, but our neighbor is the one who maintains it. So, yeah.
Welcome, you fine.
That's the first time I've heard someone call it a cinema,
cat-loving,
non-ironically.
coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Oh, I'm a theater student, so I don't feel comfortable calling them theaters. Which sounds so fucking stupid, but for me, for my brain, it just helps to call a live performance place a theater, and I'm going to go see a movie place a cinema. People don't call them cinemas. We call them theaters, at least where I grew up. You call both a theater. Yeah, a movie theater. You'd say, like, where's the nearest movie theater? Or you can go old-timey with it and be like, hey, doll, let's go to the pictures. Etc. Oh no, she awake. Baby girl, what time is it? Oh, it must be so warm in there, honey bunny. She's getting back into sleepy position. My mom still says the picture's adorable. My sisters who live in England call swimming pools the baths, which always felt odd to me. The baths? I would assume if you said like I'm gonna go to the baths, I'd assume that you meant, I don't know, like a hot spring or like a salt bath or like not anything normal. Thank you, Unicycle. I hope you're having a good day. I'm about to start reading Witch Boy. I have that next to my bed to start reading that. So that's my current like graphic novel to read. And book-wise, like normal book-wise, I haven't been reading again. It's not great. I don't like that. I'm trying to make it a habit to just like climb into bed and read a little bit. You know what? This sounds silly, but you know what I think would help is that we don't have we don't have like a little lamp in our room. It's either the room is full bright or it's pitch black. Molly Ostertag's book, yeah. It's a graphic novel called Witch Boy. Like, nya, witch. So, I think if I had like a little lamp next to where I sleep and I could like read a little bit and then just like click it off and go to sleep, it would be better for me. I don't know. Get a clip-on book light. Oh, I hate those. I used to have one of those when I was younger, and I really hated it. I did that for a couple of months, and it was the best sleep of my life. Like, reading a little bit before bed. Sam does have a Kindle, yes. I read a lot better with physical books than I do like on my phone or on Kindles or like tablets. I don't know why. I have a real problem reading digital books. I'm glad I'm not the only one. A bunch of people are like, "Yup." I think there's something about like physically holding a book that feels comfortable. Like it might also be an electronic detach thing. Like not having my phone in my hand or having a tablet in my hand makes my brain start to be like, "Right, the day's over." You know? Yeah, my mom and my mother-in-law, both of them, my sister, they all have Kindles and they love them. And they read on them constantly. But my mom, to be fair, does both. She has a Kindle, but then she also like trades physical books with her sister and stuff, and like always has a physical book next to bed as well. So, but she's a big reader. She always has been. Oh my gosh. 3 hydrates. All right. Cupid Orchid. Here for the biddies. Here for the bits. I'm sorry. I took, I don't remember the word. You know what? Whatever. Here for the bits. Thank you so much for redeeming a hydrate. And I am Goody. Thank you for redeeming a hydrate. Cheers, guys. 3 sippies. 1. 2. 3. Liberty is what I wanted to say. I took some liberty with your name. Thank you for filling in the blanks for me, chat. Maple Thistle says, "Hi, Chat and Dodger. I've missed you all. I've been busy with work, so I haven't been able to watch for a while. Stay awesome." And Kissika says, "Thank you, Dodger and Chat, for keeping me company while I cook myself some lunch. I made broccoli cream soup and some spaghetti and meatballs. Yo, that sounds delicious. That sounds amazing. Hell yeah."
Welcome.
I'm into
you
interactive
fine
novels right now. Oh, like choose your own
coffee
adventure stuff?
drinking burrito
There's some
babe.
really cool choose your own adventure things on Steam. Oddly enough. The last not last time. God, probably like 3 years ago, I started to try and make a choose your own adventure novel as part of NaNoWriMo. It's hard. It turns out it's very difficult to do that. Sweetheart. Oh, it's so warm in there. There are also a lot of choose your own adventure games on the Play Store for Androids. What is that one that we all downloaded and you guys were like, "Oh my god, it's amazing," and I just never played it? Where is it? I might have deleted it because I wasn't playing it. There are apparently some really cool ones, though. One of you is going to say it eventually. It'll be in your Play Store history. Catty Cake, your name keeps weirding me out because Clark is really into patty cake right now. So I keep reading your name as Catty Cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Okay, hold on. So, my apps and games. Library. Recent. Alphabetical, because I think it started with an A. It didn't. Oh my god. Oh, just kill me! I forgot about that game. That game was actually very fun. Up to a point. Spit Kiss, another great game. Arcana! Arcana is the name of it. A mystic romance interactive story. So I installed this and I never played it, but everybody said it was really good. And looking at the Play Store for it again, the promo image that comes up first shows a guy like bleeding, and it says, "He's hurt. Do you bandage him or step on him?" And I'm like, well, they know their audience, I guess. It's a ton of microtransactions to continue the story. No, really? Oh, that sucks. Arcana. Yeah. The Arcana, which is why it didn't show up in the A section. What's the program you were using to try and make your own choose your own adventure? Oh my god, I don't remember. It was just one of those, like, plan out a story programs. But I don't remember what it was. My coffee's gone. My coffee's gone. Well, we could take a quick break, come back, chitty chat a little bit more, and then do some puzzies. Twine is a great program for that kind of stuff. Didn't Sam make his proposal game with that? Oh, I actually have no idea what Sam used to make his game. For anybody who doesn't know, Sam proposed to me by making a game. It was very cute. Yeah, Twine, I guess, is what it's called. Yeah, it was very cute. Whenever I tell that story to people, they're like, oh my god, that is the most adorable thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm gonna tell all my friends. It's very cute. Yeah. It was a visual novel game about two starship captains who met each other, but had to go to different areas of the galaxy, and they kept in touch. They sent each other, like space letters. And one of the starship captains, me, found out that the other one was in danger and went to save him. And throughout this whole thing, there were lots of ways to get a bad end or to mess up, which was very funny. Yeah, after saving him at the end, his character went to say something, but there was nothing there. And I was like, oh, is it glitching out? And I turned around to look at him, and he was on one knee and he proposed. And it was very sweet, and I sobbed. I know, it was really cute. JP gave him the idea. Or rather, they developed the idea together, I think. Which is hilarious because, and I've said this before, JP and I were also talking because I was trying to come up with, a potential way to propose to Sam. But I hadn't fleshed it out yet. So I did not expect to get proposed to because I was too much in my own head being like trying to plan out how I was going to propose to Sam. And meanwhile, JP is helping Sam figure out how to propose to me. Yes, scoundrel. I know. Yeah, JP and TB. I think they were the two that Sam talked to the most about how to do it. It was very cute. We didn't get to have that situation where you know how occasionally you'll see something online that's like, these two people proposed at the same time. We didn't get to do something goofy like that. If JP was truly five-head, he would have figured out how to be like, you know what you should do? Is you should wait until Christmas, and then you should totally propose to him when you go to visit him. And you know how you should do it is, you should make him a game. Oh my god. If he was like, I made you a game, and I was like, I made you a game too. That would have been incredible. It was good. But yeah, it was very sweet. It was very, very cool. And then it was also during that visit that we streamed and played through all of Until Dawn. We went on stream and we're like, guess what? We're engaged, and now we're going to play this spooky ass game. And that is still, for some people, the best playthrough we've ever done. It was Until Dawn. Until Dawn. And we still haven't played Man of Medan. You know what Sam was saying, though, is that a couple of friends told him that the best way to play that, I guess, is for us to... I don't know anything about the game, so don't spoil me on the game. But Sam had heard that it was just kind of whatever. And so we hadn't gotten around to playing it yet. But he was talking to, I think, Bike Man. And Bike Man was like, oh... The reason that people say that it's really mediocre is because it's at its best if you're not on a call with each other. So he was saying the way that we should do it is I'm here with my chat, Sam's there with his chat, but we are not on a call together. And, like, that's the way to play the game and actually have fun with it, because we won't know what each other is doing. So, yeah. Man of Medan, it's like the first episode, question mark? Again, I don't know enough about it. It's like the first episode of the new game by the Until Dawn devs. So, yeah. So don't spoil it for me. Don't tell me anything about the game, because I think Sam and I recently were talking. We were like, oh, maybe we should do this, but, like, we cannot talk to each other. Moeka, how are you? Guys, it's Mega Moeka, one of the pillars of MangaPod. I worked on it, and multiplayer is better than single player for sure. Oh, there is a single player way to play it as well. Interesting. It's the first mini story in an anthology. All parts are self-contained. Interesting. I'm hungry but hanging. Oh my god. Sam got me some sweet potato falafel. Every time he goes to the store without me, he comes back and he's like, I got this weird vegan thing for you. Would you like to try it? I generally love falafel, and I've learned to love sweet potatoes. So today I was like, oh, what if I just made like a falafel wrap with like some of the veggies and stuff that are still in the fridge, and use up some things, and that way we can go to the store and get whatever we need. And it was delicious. Sweet potato falafel. Fantastic. I was very happy with that. Isn't normal falafel already vegan? Yes. But he got me sweet potato falafel. Lalafels are not vegan. That is true. Falafel, yes. Lalafels, no. Yeah, we did, for Sam's parents, I think I already told you guys about this. Not during this stream, but, like, Sam's parents have been, like, trying to help us out with stuff as much as they can, you know, like dropping off tools and things that we need if they have them. And so we have been trying to make them dinner occasionally and drop it by their place. So I made a cottage pie, but the stuff inside is like a curried cottage pie filling, and the top is sweet potato. And the curry powder, the mild curry powder that we had before, actually still had like too much of a kick to it for Sam to be able to eat it because his tummy. So I was making it for them because I was like, well, we can't eat this, so make it for you. Drop it, and it'll be great. And while I was making it, I tried some of the filling, and I looked at Sam and I was like, it's not spicy at all. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, it's not spicy at all. He was like, no, I could have eaten it. So I'll have to make it again. I used to hate sweet potatoes because the only way that we ever ate them was mashed, and I hated them. I don't know what it is. I hate just like mashed sweet potato on its own. Mashed sweet potato with other things is fine. Especially now that I've gotten more used to eating sweet potatoes in other ways. Like, when I was a kid, I just hated it, though. It was the I will die on this hill sort of food for me, where it made me gag, so I would just sit there and be like, I'm not eating it, so I don't know what you want from me. No, like mashed. Like mashed sweet potato. Not great. Not great. Is Danny here? Danny. That was me with fruit cups and beans. Whoa, that's so specific. Did you just not like fruit in general, or specifically fruit cups you didn't like? Any yummy recipes that use coconut flour? I think I've seen a couple of recipes with, you know, when people make like those power snack balls. That's just like 3 or 4 things just shoved together and turned into balls to have as snacks. I think some of those are made with coconut flour. A food ball. Yeah, you know. I do watch Sorted Food all the time. I love Sorted Food. Sorted Food and Bon Appetit are probably the ones that I like consistently watch the most. Love Food Wishes. I love Sarah's Vegan Kitchen, although she hasn't done as much stuff recently because she's focusing on music now, which is awesome. Yeah, there's lots of awesome cooking channels on YouTube. Binging with Babish is great. Yes. You hate swede? Oh, I actually love swede. We don't get it in America. We don't eat swede in America, but we have it every Christmas here. So I've eaten swede for every Christmas here, and I really like it. What the heck is swede? Look it up. You know what we cooked with the other day, and I immediately texted my mom and was like, this is wild, is Jerusalem artichokes. They're not artichokes. They're a root. They're a root vegetable. It's crazy. Jerusalem artichokes. But they taste so much like artichoke. No, apparently they're native to North America. It's very weird. I don't know why they're called Jerusalem artichokes. My 3-year-old and 1-year-old are loving watching you. Oh, hi, sweethearts. I'll try to not say bad words. Any upcoming games you're looking forward to? Well, I'm now definitely looking forward to Black Book. That game is awesome. Any other games that I'm looking forward to? I don't know. I'm very bad at this. Whenever people ask me that sort of a question on stream, I'm like, I don't know. What are games? Are video games coming out? Cyberpunk is a thing. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Silk Song, obviously. Darkest Dungeon 2, obviously. I guess those aren't necessarily obvious. It depends on how long you've been around. Silk Song, Darkest Dungeon 2, Cyberpunk, sure. Cyberpunk, I think is going to be very, very fun. But I think it's going to take me a really long time to get through it because I don't do well with like open world. There's a million thing to do sort of games, you know? So I definitely won't be streaming that. There's too much. It's just not going to happen for me. I never played Death Stranding. It didn't look fun. If I'm being straight up, it didn't look fun to me. A lot of people that I know played it and loved it and were like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it shouldn't be fun, but it is. And that wasn't enough of a feedback to make me play it. So. Dukes was not a fan of The Last of Us. I didn't like the mechanics of The Last of Us. I watched my friends play it instead of playing it myself. Graveyard Keeper wasn't really for me, I don't think. I think I'm weird in that the gameplay of The Last of Us is my favorite part. That's not weird. That's the delightful thing about games, right? Not to be that mom, but that's the delightful thing about games, is that I can play a game and be like, wow, I love the story of this, but I really don't enjoy playing it. And another person can be like, I don't really give a shit about the story, but it's really fun to play. Bud, get out of my life. I've dealt too much with bugs in the last, like, God knows how long. Get out. I am not the right person to talk to about Pokemon. Yeah, I love watching streamers who play games that I will never in a million years play or be interested in. I love watching people like Anne. I don't play shooters. I don't enjoy shooters really, but I love watching people who are good at shooters play them. %of the games I watch you play, I would never play myself. That's fair. I play some weird shit. I also play some stuff that is not very... Some of the things I play are not mechanic heavy, right? They're basically story. So when people show up and are like, oh, I'm gonna leave, I get that, right? Because if the story is most of what the game has to offer and you would like to play it, then why stick around, right? You read chat really fast? Oh, thank you. I've been doing it a long time. But sometimes I do skim a bit too much and I miss things. So I'm very sorry if I've missed your messages. Is there a window in that room? There are two. One. Look for the where does it look like angels might pop out at any second? 1, 2. My 2 angel deposits. 1, my ghost deposit. Where's my demon deposit? I don't know. Maybe they're the same spot. I'm not looking in there. The sand is... I put the sand down. I'm not opening the door again. Is the pen holding going to be a thing for SMD now? Was I holding a pen last SMD? I just like having something to mess with. My dad is like that too. He always had what are the this is going to be a bad... It's going to be one of those things where I peter off and then change the subject. One of the wrenches that goes crick, 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 like it makes the noise and it like pulls back on itself.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee
A socket wrench.
Burrito babe.
Or ratchet wrench. Yeah, one of those. My dad would have those and he would just twist them constantly. He would just sit and just twist it. He always had like 4 or 5 just little things like tools or things to just mess with. Like clicking a pen. Exactly. It's nice to have something to do with your hands. I don't know. My favorite pen that I've used for years finally broke the other day. I can still use the inside pen part. And I have a spare of the exact same pen. I don't think a pen has ever lasted me years. I have friends who have like fountain pens that they take really good care of and like add ink to and stuff like that. I lose pens very easily, and I don't know how, because it's not like I'm taking them out of the house. They're somewhere in the house. The ghosts? No, but the sand. Okala says if anyone has an issue with wasps or bees, things with too many legs coming into the house at the moment, peppermint oil mixed with water is a friendly way to ward them off. Spray it around the windowsills or onto cotton balls, place them around the house, etc. I will try that. Remku would like us all to take a second to hydrate. Southern Vices, thank you very much for all of the gifted subs. 10 subs in chat. Thank you guys very much. Welcome, everybody. If you were gifted a sub just now, be sure to take the time to say thank you to Southern Vices. Yeah, I'm trying to remember Danny and Mel had issues with spiders, like tons of spiders were getting in their house, and I think it was it Danny, was it tea tree oil or was it eucalyptus? Which one was it that they just like hate? That wound up being like the way to get rid of them, was some kind of an oil, and I can't remember which. What about ants? Ants, I used to I used to get a big thing of, not everybody's gonna want to do this. I used to get a big thing of like mashed, like pureed garlic, like one of the jars. And if you see like cracks where ants are getting in, I would just shove garlic in there, because I guess they hate garlic, apparently. It worked. If you have a lot of animals or kids around, it's nice to have a natural option to try. But it depends on, you just have to be careful, because some oils are toxic to cats. So you just have to be careful about what you use. Garlic also protects you from the British vampires. Not necessarily, because there's British garlic. You gotta use the English garlic or it won't work. Yeah, when I was using garlic, it was in areas that the cats didn't really go to. Like, I never put it along the floor or anything. But, God, I've had so many issues with ants in the past. I was willing to just try anything. Anyway, yeah, just be careful. Real Tilly, this for you. No, I haven't. So we moved here, and then we were desperately trying to get the house like livable. I was flying back and forth to America over and over again to try and get my visa completely sorted and finished. Finally got back for the last time right before lockdown happened. Right before the travel ban. Sweat. So, little blessings. We did not get an opportunity, really, to like find woodland areas to go walking or anything. I would love, because everybody's always like, oh man, when you're around wild garlic, you smell it. I wanna. I want to go into the woods and smell garlic. That sounds awesome. But how long have you been streaming for? Like, how many years? I don't know. I don't know. 7 years, apparently. 6 or 7 years. Where did you get your shirt? It's from my husband's Design by Humans store. So, the Strip-In Design by Humans store is where you can find it. And it's very comfy. It's my favorite shirt. Well, it's one of my favorite shirts. I said my favorite shirt, and then I was like, is it my favorite shirt? It's one of them. What? Make sure it smells right. Because there is something that looks exactly the same, but is poison. Are you... What? What the fuck? Bit over 6, since a couple of us just got to 6-year resubs. Yeah, we had done, what, like 2 charity streams before I had a sub button? So technically, like, the channel has existed for a while, but I started consistently streaming, yeah, like 6.5 years ago, something like that. 7 years. Something. What's Clark's favorite word? What is she saying a lot currently? Silly. Silly is a word that she says all the time. Silly Clarky, silly daddy, silly mummy. If we're watching a video of one of her cousins, silly Charlie. Silly Tommy. Silly River. She doesn't say no that often. How old am I? How old am I? 32? I think I'm 32. I think I'm 32. It stops mattering after a while, doesn't it? 1987, yeah. August 1987. So I'm pretty sure I'm 32. I think I turned 33 this year. You stop giving a shit after a while, guys. I don't know how to break that to you. At a certain point, you're like, I don't know how old I am. I'm in my 30s. Once I hit, I want to say like 18 or 19, I started to get really confused about how old I was. I always have to think about it for a second to figure out how old I am. And once I turned 30, it was like, all right, I'm 30. That was the age I was really looking forward to. And so now I have no idea what's going on anymore. The countdown ends. Yeah, basically. Xenoblood, did we drink for you? We'll do it again. Xenoblood, thank you so much. Hydrate or dihydrate isn't just about hydrating, guys. It is also about taking your pills, about stretching, about rolling your shoulders a little bit, checking your posture, all of that stuff. It's about taking a second to be like, what do I need right now? Right? It's also about dehydrating, yeah. Stretch, good call. My wrists hurt from Minesweeper. Yeah, dude, do some Do some wristy stuff. If you can stand, maybe stand up for a second, shake out your legs, you know. How is D&D with Arcadum? We haven't done our first session yet. We've done session 0, which is like all talking about our characters, making our basic sheet, choosing which campaign we want to do. So we've done all of that. So our first actual session will be next Wednesday. Who's in the group? It's me, Cry, Jesse, Bikeman. Hold on. I know I'll forget people. Kelly Siren, Timac, Cry, me, Jesse, Bikeman, and Arcadum. It's a big group. There's 6 of us. I was like, 6? That's so many. Yeah, it'll be on Arcadum's Twitch channel. It's on our schedule. It should be on the widget that's below the stream as well for next week. So there is no VOD of session 0. It's unstreamed. Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah, it's a D&D 5e game. Arcadum uses a program called Map Tools, so it's not a Roll20 thing, but it's actually super cool. It lets you like move yourself around and like signify when your character's talking and things like that. So it's fun. Yeah. Is that what's going on Wednesday? Yes. It starts at 23 o'clock BST, though. Not CST. Pretty much everybody is in an Arcadum game at this point. Octo's in an Arcadum game. Brett's in an Arcadum game. Sam's in an Arcadum game. Baru's in an Arcadum game. Whoops is in an Arcadum game. Cry is now in 2 Arcadum games. So, yeah. If you're like, wait, is this that guy who... Probably. He has a very developed, super cool world. He has a Discord that has tons of games that are all running. It's all happening simultaneously, like all in the same universe. It's really cool. Lots of homebrew stuff. So yeah, check him out. Yeah, it's all a shared universe. So things that we do could affect other campaigns, other streamed ones or like Discord ones. Is your day off going to change? No. Because I stream really late on Tuesdays for Super Cousin time. And that way Wednesday I have all day because 11 p.m. is when the Arcadum game starts. So. Yeah. So it should be fun. Should be fun. Very excited. I'm playing a warlock. Did I tell you guys that? I'm so jazzed. Oh, that's right, because I was asking you guys for ideas for my character. I think I've fleshed my character out. I think I've figured it out. I was asking the other day for like character touchstones, like characters to look at, that were very kind of uptight. Because I want to play a really uptight character because I normally play like kind of shitty loosey-goosey people. And I've figured it out, I think. I've taken little elements from lots of suggestions. And I'm actually really excited about it. I hope I can pull it off. We'll see. It's very different from a character I would normally play, so. No, I'm not playing Captain Holt. I'm sorry. Have you ever had a character you kind of wish would die in combat at some point? I have a character like that at the moment, and I don't know what to do with her anymore. I've never wanted my character to die, but I have played with people who have straight up, like, to the side when the DM wasn't around, said to me, like, I'm trying to die. Like, I just want a new character. I don't want to play this character anymore. I'm trying to let them have like an epic cool death. Oh yeah, I practice being all of my characters. Why not just say I want them to have an epic death? Because then it's not happening naturally. I get that. I understand why so many of you are saying just tell the DM you want to die. But like, I wouldn't want the DM to then concoct a death for my character. I wouldn't want that. My character was so powerful, I wanted him gone. Oh, like nothing was hard anymore. Good night, periodical. Sleep well. Sorry, I'm scrolling up because I saw a reply to something and I'm just curious. I mean, you're not going to play that let me touch everything that half the players do? No. That is not my goal. My Warlock's patron is the Gambler Black. So I was saying to chat, the basic, the one-dimensional idea for this character, which is why I was looking for ways to flesh them out a bit better. And I think I'm much closer than I was the last time we talked about this. But I wanted a character who was really like controlling with themselves and very uptight, but has this gambling patron who is consistently like pulling them toward making really bad decisions, right? With this feeling of like, it could work out great or I could fucking die. Like somebody who's typically very careful and methodical and like doesn't take chances, but has a patron that is like pushing them to take like really, really bad chances. So that was like the basic idea. And I was asking chat, like, who are some really like strict, uptight characters that you can think of? And somebody was like, you could just play Captain Holt, which we all thought was hilarious, but I didn't wind up going with that. Yeah, somebody said Jin from Samurai Champloo, my favorite anime. Yeah, there were lots of good nuggets thrown out there. Yeah, because I was saying I love Warlock dynamics with their patron where they don't really sync up well, right? I love that sort of a thing where it's like it's a strained relationship, you know? No, like I said, I took bits from a lot of different things, but I'm not like going in there playing Jin or going in there playing Captain Holt. I've grabbed ideas from lots of different things. How do you decide who wins and gets to decide the action, the patron or your character? That's not my job. That's the DM's job. I don't play the patron. I just play the character. So if the DM has a way of making it so that I'm like pushed to do something, then I'll leave that to him. I wish there was more guidance in the mechanics about warlock patron dynamics instead of putting all that pressure on the DM to come up with on the fly. Well, I mean, I think that it's on me for sure to talk with my DM about like how my character feels about their patron. But like in Arcadum's world, all of the patrons are very fleshed out. So I know that he has a very like clear image of what Gambler Black is like as like a character, right? So I don't think that that's on me to decide how Gambler Black would necessarily feel, but based on what Gambler Black represents and the character that I have, I can go to Arcadum and say like, this is sort of the dynamic that I see being played out, and like, how can we play with that, I guess. Have you ever played a straight up evil character? Yes. I walked onto a battlefield and I was trying to steal shit off of a dead guy, and a guard came over and was like, hey, what are you doing? And I looked at the DM and I was like, I cut his head off, but I was a rogue. And my DM was like, okay, I guess roll to cut this guy's head off. And I rolled, and he was like, you make it about a quarter of the way through. The guy is bleeding to death in front of you. And I was like, oh. I was not strong enough to decapitate a man, it turns out, with a short sword. Shocking. In my experiences of being a DM, having the freedom to run a patron that I've worked with my player to get to a fleshed out point is one of my favorite bonuses that I can throw in. Slitting their throat would have done the job. It was my very first time playing. My very first character was chaotic neutral, but actually evil. Yeah, and I said, I decapitate him, not realizing what was necessary to decapitate a person. So there you go. I did not get away with it. It was the beginning of 2 straight sessions of an entire town trying to kill me, and all of my teammates pretending that they do not know me, but also trying to get me out of the town. It took, I want to say, like 4 sessions for 2 of the people that were in our group to be like, we should just let her die, right? Like, she sucks. I was like, no. Oh, so silly. All right, my baby girl. We gotta wake her up. Gotta wake her up. I will be right back, and then come back, and I think we'll just chat a little bit more instead of starting a puzzle, because the puzzles can sometimes take a really long time. So yeah, I will be right back. Grab a drink, stretch, etc. I muted myself. Grab a drink, stretch, etc. I'll be right back. I assume you guys don't want to listen to the Gravity Falls theme song remixed a million times again, so let me grab something else for you. Hold on just a second. Do some Mario and chill. That's easy. Here we go. Boopy doop. was so like, she was awake when I went in there, but she was very dazed. She goes, Mommy, pick you up. Like, okay, do you want to go see Daddy? She goes, okay. What's my natural hair color? This. Next question. So yeah, we got another half an hour. Just hang and chill, if that's cool. Yeah, she says picky up. It's very cute. Mommy, picky up. What's 2 plus 3? Oh my god. Don't start bringing out maths. It's annoying. Mother's Day is a different date in different places. You read someone talking about it, you panic, and then you realize it's still a month away where you're living. What's your unnatural hair color? This. Next question. Tomorrow we're gonna do a study hall stream. I'm gonna get everything set up to stream us doing some sewing. So it might be a little like, not touch and go, but it might be a situation where we have to adjust audio while we're streaming, because I don't know how loud that's going to wind up being. But yeah. Oh, Boone, what's up, dude? It'll be a night stream, yeah, because we have Manga Pod. So Manga Pod will be at 3:30 my time, and then study hall stream will be evening. Yeah, just like a couple hours. So the idea of a study hall stream is, if you have something to work on, if there's a project you want to do, or schoolwork you need to do, or whatever, we can all come together and work on it together at the same time. MangaPod is on this channel, yes. But the VODs exist on Aaron's channel, Happily Aaron. So the live one happens here. That'll be perfect for me to plan my D&D sessions too. Hell yeah. What will you be doing during study hall? Normally I choose like a craft project or something that I've wanted to do and just keep putting off. We've done puzzle streams before for study hall. I've done a puzzle. I thought about, because my Sam's Nan dropped off some puzzles. We did a puzzle trade. So I have puzzles to do. I thought about setting up on this table to do a puzzle. But I think I want to do sewing. It'll either be a puzzle or it'll be sewing. I have the pattern to make some little booties for Clark. So might do that. See. Yeah. Should be fun. So if you would like to join for that, you don't have to work on something. You can just hang out. There's no pressure. There's no, like, requirements. Nobody's going to be, checking in on you being like, what were you working on for study hall? But if there's something you've been thinking to yourself like, man, I should really take the time to do that, we'll be here chilling. You guys we can finally have a stream from the craft table that is currently covered in bottles that need to be recycled. So, that's my life right now. When will this be? It will be tomorrow night, 9 p.m. BST, so England time. To be honest, usually when I watch your stream, I do crafts and things that I've been putting off doing. That's awesome. I'm so glad. I should take the time to clean my apartment, but I damn well know I won't be doing that. You could choose one area that needs to get done, and then you could be like, I did part of it. You know, you don't gotta do it all at the same time. Aww. SMD is the day I clean. My kiddo Kayla just sits there and watches you. Thanks for being a babysitter. Hi, Kayla. It should be on the calendar, guys. So you can find the calendar on the website, or the widget down below is synced with the same calendar. So it should say on there. I'm not back in the US, but if we called it Saturday afternoon Dooger, the acronym would be SAD. So I'm not changing it. I have one more university essay to do in 4 days. I believe in you. Hell yeah. Why not have them on the mornings of your Saturdays? Because Sam and I are trying to grab, for the first time in our lives, some semblance of a schedule that is repeatable every week. I am with Clark every morning. Sam is with Clark every afternoon. It should facilitate a situation in which our sleep schedules can always be the same. It also, though, requires Sam to not accidentally stay up until 7 a.m. a bunch. So, but yes, instead of having one day where Sam has to get up early, or one day where, you know, whatever. Either way, Sam still is with Clark and does the dad thing and etc. He does get the sleep that he needs. He is doing all that is required of him, as I try to do all that is required of me to be good, loving parents. He does. He does the dad thing. I watched yesterday's VOD where he signed off with, I'll never stream again. My wife will literally kill me. He came to bed at 7:30 in the morning. He came to bed and he was like, I know. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I know what you're going to say. It's like, I'm not going to say anything. And it was the whole time he like laid in bed and was like, I'm not going to stay up this late again. It's like, 1 a.m. Eastern. So 6 a.m. is when you guys start being like, you should really go to bed, dog. If you could bump that back a few hours, that would be great. Sometimes hearing him, I thought he was a ghost. No, my thing is like, if he wanted to have a schedule where like he and I are together in the evenings, and then around the time that I go to bed, he starts streaming and he streams until 7 a.m. If that's what he wanted his schedule to be, fine. I don't give a shit, right? Again, as long as like he and I are taking time to be together and he's there for Clark when Clark needs him. Whatever schedule and whatever stream life he wants that works best for him, awesome. But he over and over again has been like, I hate staying up this late. Who's gonna fix it? Not me. I'm asleep. Yeah, but it's not, I mean, I also get this is that number one, all of his American friends and even his English ones are awake at the time that he's currently awake now, right? So from like midnight our time until early in the morning is when everybody else is around and streaming. So if he wants to be able to hang out with them and like have that friend time, it's in those early hours of the morning. So there's that. The other thing is that he needs like wind down time. So he can't like do a long stream and then just go to bed. I can't either. But I'll normally at least like climb into bed and do something else, right? Which is why we were talking about like I'm trying to have that be reading. I climb into bed, I read a little bit, and then I go to sleep. So even if you guys are yelling at Sam to leave at 6 a.m., he's still probably not going to be able to fall asleep until like past 7. So I hate the feeling of seeing the sun come up knowing I haven't slept yet. A lot of friends, I've never been a night owl, so I've never like had this problem. But a lot of friends that I know who are able to make their own schedule and wind up with a schedule where they're just always asleep when it's nighttime have said that it's so depressing. They just like wake up when the sun's already kind of going down and they're awake until the sun starts coming up. I've heard over and over again that wears on you. I'm sure for some people it's fine, but I know a few people who have said that it's fine at first, and then over time you're just like, I haven't seen the sun in days. It's just winter. Yeah, I guess if you're in one of those places that's like, we have the longest nights in the world, it's always nighttime. My nephew works nights, yeah. But he doesn't work every day of the week. So he's said it's weird. He's a janitor at a hospital. Shout out to everybody working at hospitals still. So yeah, he works nights at the hospital, but then the days that he's off, he wants to be able to like hang out with family and see friends and stuff. So he has these days where he like has to take power naps to keep himself kind of on the same schedule, but still be able to see people. It's rough. Going to sleep at sunrise feels nice. According to my mom, it's something I kept since being a baby. Interesting, man. Oof, yeah, that's also true. If you're somewhere where you're like right on a major street or something and you have to work nights, how do you even sleep? Octo Sam is the same. Yeah. Tiri's like that too. Tiri is a full-time mom who streams every day and has like 2 kids in the whole 9 yards, right? Like makes them all dinner and everything, right? Can I add on to this list? I could, but I won't. She's just a boss. But she naturally, her brain wants to just stay up all night. And she said it's really rough because she has to be like, go to bed. You have children that are going to wake up in a few hours. Go to bed. Me too. I've always been that way too. If I sleep in too late, I feel like I really wasted like a major part of the day. Even if I know, like say that, I normally wake up at 7, between 6:30 and 7. If, say, Clark, for whatever reason, is sleeping until like 9, which she has done before. So say she slept until 9 and I just kept on sleeping as well for some reason and wake up when I hear her talking in the monitor, I will feel like really weird that I slept that long. Let me put it this way. I woke up at 7:30 p.m. yesterday. I couldn't do that. I'm a daytime person for sure. Even if I don't leave the house, like I just need to be awake during the day. But again, grew up on a farm. Everybody was awake at 6. My mom woke up at 4:30. My dad woke up at 5. I normally woke up at 6. Because if you have a bunch of stuff that needs to get watered, trimmed, whatever, you want to do it before it potentially gets warm. In Oregon, obviously, there's only a few months out of the year that you need to even worry about that for. But if it is those months, you need to make sure that you're getting up early to get all of that done. So 4:30. When did your mom go to bed? When did she go to bed? Early. I want to say like 9 is when she used to go to sleep. Something like that. She got up that early because, she's of that generation that did everything to the 9s for the workday. So she had her work clothes and her work hair and her work makeup, and everybody had to have breakfast and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She needed to be on the road between 5:30 and 6. So she would wake up, take her shower, get herself all ready, eat breakfast, and then be out the door. And then it was a little over an hour drive to get to work. Found an AMA in my recommended feed from 2013 where you said that you thought you would slow down when you got a kid, and here we are talking about being a streamer and having children. I have slowed down, though. I don't go to conventions anymore. I haven't done a hosting gig in forever. I have slowed down in a lot of ways. Oh, my mommy's watching. I went to bed at 11. Mommy, you used to go to bed at 11, though? Before getting up for work? Everybody say, hi, Mommy. When you were working? I know she goes to bed around 11 now. When I worked. Amazing. Never mind. I just remember staying up later than her because I always wanted to be on the computer. Once I got really deep into being on the computer all the time, I know that she went to bed before me. And I was like, but surely that wasn't that late, because if I stayed up past midnight, Daddy would yell at me. He'd be like, go to bed, you have school. So I was like, surely she couldn't have been going to bed that late. What are you even doing on there?
I'm gonna role play chat with my friends.
Dad! You wouldn't get it.
We've all claimed different Fushigi Yugi characters. It's really intense, Dad. You don't get it.
What size are you wearing? What size is this? It's a great question. Oh no, it's faded. I have no idea. It's literally just white. Oh no, yeah, I literally can't read it. But this one was originally for Sam, and he didn't think he was gonna wear it because he doesn't like these these sleeves that are full length on me. Came down to like here on him, and he didn't really like it. It didn't feel right. So this became my shirt, and I believe that he got an XL. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we would I had like a group of friends, and all of us did like RP stuff on AOL Instant Messenger. So every character was denoted by a different color, because on AOL Instant Messenger you could go in and it had like the grid to choose what color you wanted, right? And so all of our saved colors were like specific characters. And then once we had used all of those colors, then it was like, okay, but this character is bold orange, different person. And this character is underlined purple, different person. It got crazy. So we had to we all had individual notepads with all of the different colors so that we could keep track of who everybody was. It was really fun. At the time, it was really, really fun because none of us took it seriously at all. It wasn't like, I've talked about this before, but there was a girl at my school who was like, hey, I think I overheard you talking about how you do like RP stuff. And I was like, yeah, just like fun, goofy stuff. And she was like, I have a character who has died in the RP group that I'm in, and I need someone who can bring her back to life. And I was like, I've definitely told this story before. And I was like, yeah, I got somebody who could do that. Right? I didn't. I was like, fuck it. She doesn't know any of my characters. Yeah, I'll come up with somebody. Yeah, I got somebody who can do that. So she invited me into their chat thing. She was like, yeah, just whenever you want to leave, just peace out and we'll just take you off the whitelist. I was like, great. So she was like, we're all in there right now. Here's your invite. I hopped in there, and it was a completely different sort of vibe. Right? So in our chats, it would be in asterisks, so-and-so glumps so-and-so with a bunch of ooh faces and shit. Right? It was just for fun. So I go in there and and her character is gazes somberly out, is a ghost, gazes somberly out at the waves, feels the sun upon her non-existent skin, that sort of shit. And then the guy that was in love with her was sobbing on the beach and putting it in a novel, excruciating detail. And I was like, brings back to life. Asterisk, brings back to life. And then she described her ghost getting sucked back into the body, and he was like, oh, my love, and she was like, my love, and then it was them embracing for a really long time, and I was like, leaves. Vanishes into the ether, and then I just popped out. I was like, wow, that was totally different from anything that I've ever done. So shout out to everybody who is in RP groups where it was we are together writing an epic piece of fiction, because that was not my RP experience up to that point. It was not we were just wouldn't it be so funny if there was a house, but the house existed in a weird universe where nobody could leave, and we took all of our favorite characters from all of the anime that we watch, and all of those characters were stuck in the house together. Wouldn't that be so funny? That was what we did. So I created a cleric off the bat who hopped in, finger gunned at a ghost, and then just left. Did I ever tell you about the Tenchi Muyo RP group I was in? No, but that's amazing. Have you heard about the new Inuyasha anime, Octo? Incredible. How could I not? True. Fair. We follow all the same people. A sequel is coming and no one is ready. Seriously. I was in a Bleach RP Facebook group. We were at war with another group that was an Akatsuki RP group. Oh my god. I love all of this. Oh my god. Good times. I still like actively talked with some of the people that I RP'd with and like did occasional RP into college and then dropped it. But I definitely remember in like middle school or high school, like early high school maybe, one of my friends was like, oh my god, what if like our kids also do this? Wouldn't that be like so funny? Dabs on body. You're nailed it. Peace out. That'll be my next character. I'm gonna play this anal retentive piece of shit character. No, are they another piece of shit character? They're not. They're, well, they are, but like a different type of piece of shit. I don't know how to play good people. God damn it. Anyways, next time I'm gonna play the Dab clerics. Octo's character in our offline game literally did Gangnam Style, like, unironically over and over again. Poe is great. She's so nice. That's true. Poe was a really nice character. Poe is a very nice person. That's true. To be fair, I was really tired that day. What about Breakdown? Breakdown was also nice. Okay, you guys are right. I made some nice characters. I've made some nice characters. You're right. Time to homebrew a dab cantrip. Breakdown was super pure. Breakdown was also extremely, like, nervous. Like a very nervous person. Which was really fun to play. But occasionally it lost me a little bit. I really hate when I've been playing the same character for a really long time and then I have a moment where I feel like that was completely out of character. Actually, not to call Octo out again, but in that same campaign, Octo, I can't even remember what he said, but Octo, like, looked directly at a character and said something really shitty and then was like, I'm sorry, that was so out of character. It was really funny. It was like the character said something like, I could potentially die. And Haluk, Octo's character, was like, yeah, we'd be cool with that. And he was like, I guess that wouldn't be a Haluk thing to say. Yeah, of course, Octo. Yeah, send it to me. Octo, I was telling everybody about how we met completely different characters in Signs of the Sojourner and how wild that is. Oh, Dr. Caberant, thank you very much. I'm sorry about your grandfather. Yeah. Yeah. Octo was like, oh man, you know this guy? And I would go, no. And he'd say, what about these two people? No. Some of the people that we met were the same. But Octo 100% met people that I never met in that game. What if you played yourself one day, but unhinged with no boundaries? Boundaries isn't the word I mean, but I can't remember the actual word. I had a friend who put together a campaign in college, and I always thought that it sounded like a cool idea. And Jesse did kind of this sort of thing, but it was a game, where everybody played themselves, and they... with every level, it was some kind of a mutant based game set, but with every level they became a more intense version of themselves, it was pretty cool. Do you and Jesse maybe think of starting a new podcast together? Oh, we've talked about it before. We talked about doing a podcast together, but we're not sure what it would be. An anime podcast with Jesse? That would actually be really funny. No, I'm gonna wrap up now. Das it. Remrin says, "You are my Valentine, Dodger, and my wife knows it. We love your streams, and we watch them together, so keep doing what you're doing." Thank you, and say hi to your wife. Mr. Squishy says, "For any of us nerds who love playing D&D, Humble Bundle have an offer on D&D novels. By the way, I love this community. Honestly, it's one of the best communities on the internet, not just Twitch." Thank you, Mr. Squishy. We got a couple more hydrates right at the end here, so let's make them count. For Firefly and Jabobskmik. All right, guys. I am unpausing the post-show and raid leader. So, if you would like to suggest somebody that we can raid after this, and if you would like to suggest a song for me to sing during the post-show, feel free. Captain Hot Sauce, thank you so much for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Miss Stoila, thank you very much for the biddies. Oculus for the 15. The Painting Llama, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Didergio, thank you for the 6. Latalis for the 23. Miss Stoila, why can't I say your name? I'm so sorry. Miss Stoila, thank you very much for gifting a sub. Frakmal, thank you for the 26. Kiara for the 20. Avi, thank you for gifting a sub to Divya. Juiced, thank you for the 2 months. Dark Angels Fallen, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Mr. Gakko, thank you for the 2. Dami P, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Andrew Dutchanu, thank you for the 4 years. Happy anniversary to you as well. Thank you, guys. Low Creepy, thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. 7zark7, thank you for the 22. This is Space TC, thank you very much for subscribing. 10 Age, thank you for the 5. Yang Yang for the 8. Cache Hit for the 22. Ellie Angharad, thank you so much for the 3. Infinity Spear for the 10. Something Danger Zone for the 17. Sniper Panda for the 61. Sigurder, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Mr. Andrew, thank you for the 21. Wild Gamer Angel for the 55. Southern Vices for all of those gifted subs. Feeling Blue Fox for the 45. Starring Stars for the 43. Pyro Wolf for the 10. Arnar, thank you for gifting a sub. Huddo, thank you for the 2. Luna Shroom for the 4. Luna Shroom, thank you for the 4. Oh, she's yelling for Nanny. Aw. Anko, thank you for the 27. And Dragnir for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Assassin Man for the 8. Takasotkelo Thank you very much for subscribing. Xanacat, thank you for the 3. 2D Ghost for the 5. The Quick Draw Kid for the 33. Difficult Deb for the 20. Voric for the 3. Tomlinson for all the biddies. Thank you very much. Gimmelresh for the 63. Arnar, thank you for gifting a sub. Philica Fail, thank you for the 2. The McLaughlin for the 3. And Totally Innocent Tiefling for the 22. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the stream. Let's see. Mr. 9 Lives. Who is this, Kino? Mr. 9 Lives, huh? They're playing Animal Crossing. Delightful. Awesome. Okay. We are going to raid Mr. 9 Lives. Again, remember, be positive, be sweet. Don't freak them out. Just be nice. Just be nice and chill. And wait, what the hell? Come back. Wait, what the hell? Come back. What happened? There we go. How weird. And I'm singing the Eevee song. Oh my god. What are the Eevee song lyrics? I can't even remember. Wow, that popped up so fast. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do my best with this. I will do my best. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. I may be normal, but I'm no average girl. There's no one like me in this Pokemon world. So choose me, baby, come on, give me a whirl. I'll be your heart, your soul, your diamond and pearl. They say that Eevee is a trainer's best friend, a ball of versatile fluff. You can make me fit your favorite trend, be it fire, ice, or other stuff. Come be my master, I'm your dream world come true. I've got a lot of EXP. I love competing and some breeding. I'm the Pokemon that you're needing. I'll be your Sylveon. I'm your charming Pokemon. I'll be whatever you need me to be. Those are some high notes I was not ready for, but hey, I remembered the tune for the most part. Anyway, have a great day, guys.